Many see their current situation, surrounded by different circumstances, as simply a place to remain. I see their current situations as a place to evolve and never as a final destination. But for me, it was not always like that. Ever since I was a child, I questioned absolutely everything around me. So much that my mom used to say that my favorite word was why. Although at 14 years old, for the first time in my 14 years of living, I had no questions and more than that, no answers. I was 14 in a treatment center battling an eating disorder, and in that moment, all I could see was that current situation as nothing more than my final destination, questioning how long can I just keep on fighting. Fast forward 7 years into a life full of recovery. In the last 7 years, I chose to evolve in every aspect that you will see rather than simply remain. FGCU gave me a safe haven to recover, and in order to feel whole within myself, I developed a way to give back to others who were struggling. I started an RSO called Breathe. Breathe was recognized on the Board of Governors page as one of the only student-run organizations to advocate for other students on the basis of mental health. Breathe gave others a place to evolve rather than remain. We helped students develop healthy coping mechanisms and had 2 yoga events on the library lawn. As well as, with the help of my organization, we raised the third most amount of money for the Out of the Darkness Walk for suicide prevention. For the last 4 years, I helped others see and find their own light, and that is what has kept me going. I went through formal recruitment because of my sister Taylor, who was a senior in Kappa Delta when I went through recruitment. Little did I know how much Kappa Delta would give me. Kappa Delta has given me a group of friends with common values. Kappa Delta has given me 3 roommates that will be the bridesmaids at my wedding. Kappa Delta gave me a big, little, grand little, and great grand little that will be there to push me every step of the way. Kappa Delta pushed me in academic endeavors so much that I was recognized in Order of Omega. The purpose of Order of Omega is to recognize those fraternity men and women who have shown high achievement and drive towards academics, leadership, and service. Order of Omega recognized the top 3% of student leaders within the Florida Gulf Coast University fraternity and sorority community. From the second day I got to FGCU, I've been involved in student government. I started as a senator for the College of Arts and Sciences and quickly became the vice chair of the Outreach Committee. Quickly after that, I became the chair of Outreach as a freshman within the Senate for over a year. I had 3 goals that were all accomplished. Outreach within the Senate, so I created SG Socials and ice cream mixers. Outreach within FGC community, where I brought back Wings Up Wednesdays. And outreach into the community around FGC, where I connected FGCU student government with local community partners. As a junior, I then served under the executive branch as a director of student relations. In this position, I started the first summer week of welcome events that are still continuing today, the first Rally at the Rock tailgates, where there was the first beer garden at a student-run event that FGCU has ever had, and planned 2 homecoming events which had the largest attendance that FGCU has ever seen. Finally, I currently am the student body vice president. As VP, with the help of my cabinet, we've created mental health magnets to put in all of housing that has all the hotlines on them, brought hammocks onto campus, implemented Eagle Shot to create a safety protocol at the nightlife venues, put caps in the resource tab on campus, and helped plan homecoming are just to name a few. And each and every position I participated in student government, it was not just for myself, but to ensure the voices of 15,000 students were heard. I advocated for this voice, and I plan to continue advocating to ensure their voices are heard even after I get my diploma. FGCU has given me a place to love to give back to others. I not only raise money for Prevent Child Abuse America and participate with Girl Scouts within my sorority, but I also sit on the ARISE committee, which stands for Assault and Rape, Information Support, and Education. We had an event and over 150 flags were placed to represent if they or someone they knew were sexually assaulted. I also intern at Wings of Shelter, which offers restoration, rehabilitation, and safe harbor housing to minor female survivors of trafficking while fighting against the factors that encourage trafficking to thrive. I had a donation drive during the holiday season where items were donated to both safe houses. I also serve as a big sister to one of the 14-year-old girls who's truly the light of my life that lives in one of the safe houses. I help her find her own light by discussing each week different topics of leadership, confidence, body positivity, and learning to live and evolve rather than remain.
With all that being said, my goal is to always give back to FGCU, whether that's being a mentor for FGCU undergraduates or that's giving money in order to help an FGCU undergrad evolve. My goal is to always give back to FGCU and wherever it's needed. Thank you so much for your time and consideration, and go Eagles!